This is a demo of progress the development team made during Sprint 5 of the Spotlight development effort. If this is the first demo you've seen about Spotlight, Spotlight is a plugin that adds features to Blacklight to enable librarians, curators, and others to easily produce feature-rich websites that highlight digital collections from institutional repositories and other data stores. We're recording a live demo at the end of each development sprint to keep those interested in Spotlight up to date with our development progress. In Sprint 5 this week, the development team focused much of their effort on bug fixes and code improvement, so while the team worked just as hard as in previous sprints, less of this week's work lends itself to a demo. Nonetheless, there are a few significant features that I can and would like to show you. As in past Spotlight demos, we're starting here with an existing exhibit site on which a curator has already done some initial work. We have our home page, we have some curated feature pages, we have items imported and indexed, we have some browse categories defined, and we have some about pages. The first feature from this week's sprint that I'd like to demonstrate is one that gives the site administrator control of the options that are available to site visitors on search results pages. So to demonstrate this, here's a search results page. This is the default search results page that Spotlight currently provides, where we have a sort pulled down here that allows the user to sort by relevance and also 5 other fields from the records of the items that we have in this exhibit. We also have 2 views currently. We have a list view, which is what we're looking at here, and then there's also a gallery view that the user can switch to. As an administrator, however, we can now customize these options by going to a new appearances page in the admin section of the site. So here's the new appearance page, and you can see here that we have the search results section that allows the administrator to fine-tune how those search results are displayed to the end users. So for example, in this exhibit, perhaps we only want our site visitors to see search results in a gallery view. So we can deselect the list view, and perhaps we don't feel that identifier, source, and type fields are very useful for sorting our search results, so we can deselect those. When we save our changes and we go back and do another search, you'll see now that the user can sort just by relevance in the 2 fields that we decided were useful for sorting in this exhibit. And now we're in the gallery view, and we have no option to go to the list view because the administrator has deselected that view for this exhibit. So I think as we add other result view options in the future, such as the map view that the team has been working on this week and is not quite ready to demonstrate, the ability to customize these views, choose which views are relevant for a given exhibit, and configure those other search results options will be really useful in fine-tuning the exhibit experience. I next want to show you a simple but helpful update to the way we provide access to curated feature pages. So in past sprints, when we've looked at the feature pages, we've only been showing the current feature page and any child pages of that feature in the sidebar. Based on some feedback we received recently, we decided this week to show the full hierarchy of feature pages in the feature page sidebar. So this gives the user quicker access to all the different feature pages that have been defined in the exhibit. Another simple but important enhancement that the development team made this week has to do with the type ahead function that we use for populating some of our widgets where you select an item via an autocomplete field. So to demonstrate this, let me add a new widget here, the item plus text widget. And so here's the field where we would do autocomplete to select our item. And previously we were just selecting from titles, but what the team has added this week is the ability to also see a thumbnail of the items that are available to enable some visual recognition of the items that we want to add. So I think that feature is fairly simple, but could make a really big difference in making it easier for the exhibit curator to make sure that they're finding the right item that they're looking for when they're using the widgets to build their pages. And then one last thing I want to show in this demo today is a really great feature the team added this week that enables importing and exporting of exhibit data. The idea behind this is that exhibit builders who have put a lot of time and effort into building an exhibit and adding a lot of curatorial description might want to ensure that they have a local backup of this work. So to provide this option, we've added an import-export page to the administration section. And as an administrator now, I can simply select the export button to export out a JSON file that saves all of our exhibit settings and curatorial descriptions in a simple JSON file that looks like this. So it takes just a second to export all this out, and at some point in the future now, if we want to restore an exhibit from that backup data, we can do that. And I can demonstrate this by quickly, I'll just create a new empty exhibit, which I'll call example exhibit. So now I have a brand new exhibit which is empty in terms of we have no pages defined, and if we go here to the admin section, we'll see that we've made no selections, we've added no browse categories, we've added no pages here, and so on. However, we can go to the import-export section, and we can select that JSON file that we've previously exported, which I'm selecting now from my file system where I saved it a moment ago. And if I save that, you'll see that this is the same default exhibit I just created a second ago. We now have those curated feature pages. We have our browse categories. We have our about pages. And so all that was immediately just populated from that JSON file that we saved. So in addition to backups, I think another scenario where this might be useful is jump-starting the development of a new exhibit that the exhibit builder might want to base on an existing exhibit. So the administrator could import the data from an existing exhibit into a new one, as I just demonstrated, and then go about modifying and customizing that new exhibit. So those are the most demoable new features and enhancements the team produced this week. They've also been doing a lot of groundwork this week for some great new features that are nearly ready to demo. So stay tuned for the Spotlight Sprint 6 demo at the end of next week.